The home and away season is coming to an end, which means there's only limited time left for draft prospects to show the wares. Many have already done enough. Here we rank the top 25 players in this year's NAB AFL draft in the second edition of the Phantom Form Guide for 2017. Remember, this is purely a ranking of the best players in the crop, and not a mock draft. It also does not take into account where bids may come for father-son or academy players. AFL.com.au will update the Form Guide rankings every month in the lead-up to November's draft. POS Hay forward midfielder, HT 187 cm, WT 88 kg, DOB 21,101,999 from Western Jets. Vic Metro July ranking 1. Rayner's most recent game, for the Western Jets 2 weeks ago, was a ripper. He had 23 touches, kicked 2.4, laid 11 tackles and had 8 clearances in a really strong and dominant display. Even more impressive is the fact HE's doing it with a fracture in his hand, which Rayner will play with for the rest of the season with the help of a splint. Quick, tough, explosive and capable of making things happen, there isn't a player like Rayner in this year's draft, or many drafts, for that matter. HE's a match winner, and HE's saved his best performances this year for the biggest games of the season, such as his brilliant run of efforts for Vic Metro. Will need to continue to build his engine, but is very good overhead and is comfortable stationed close to goal as at a midfield stoppage. POS midfielder, HT 187 cm, WT 85 kg, DOB 861,999 from Dandenong Stingrays. Vic Country July ranking 2. Davis Sunaratsky might be the best pure midfielder up for grabs. HE's tall, has a turn of speed from a stoppage, and is learning to use his size more to bust through and grab the ball at pace. Davis Sunaratsky started the National Carnival well for Vic Country before finishing it a little quieter, but has gone back to school level since then for some standout performances. In one game for the Dandenong Stingrays since the Carnival, he also showed his overhead marking to be a strength when he pushed close to goal. He doesn't get ruffled by much and will put himself in harm's way to have the ball in his hands, riding the wave all the way to the draft. Luke Davis Sunaratsky POS midfielder, HT 186 cm, WT 85 kg, DOB 7,101,999 from Eastern Ranges. Vic Metro July ranking 3. Shoulder surgery last week has prematurely ended Sarah's season, but HE's expected to be right to go for his first AFL pre-season, wherever that is. Sarah's the type of player who can be depended upon with the ball in hand. If you're a forward leading towards him, he'd probably direct you where to lead with his pass. The query on him has been his pace, and it's true he doesn't have the same breakaway jets that others do. However, he has a nice sidestep to get out of trouble and always looks balanced. Kicked 3.5 from 24 disposals for the Rangers against Gippsland in July to show some forward craft. POS midfielder, HT 184 cm, WT 78 kg, DOB 16,101,999 from Bendigo Pioneers. Vic Country July ranking 11 with his nonsense approach. Good mix of pace, outside run and burst, and inside grunt. Now ticks a few important boxes, is a likely early selection. The Bendigo Pioneers midfielder is a player you can see doing his thing for many years and working hard at getting better and better. HE's agile and tests well in the 20 meters sprint, and was one of the NAB AFL Academy's better players against VFL opposition earlier this season. Recently won the Geelong Grammar Best and Fairest for the 3rd straight season, highlighting his consistency. With Dow, what you see is what you get. Plus a bit more. POS key defender, key forward, HT 194 cm, WT 89 kg, DOB 1,121,999 from Bendigo Pioneer. Silly's July ranking 6. Most of Brander's best footy has been played this season as a key defender, but one of his standout games of the year came as a forward for the Allies in the final round of the National Carnival. Brander kicked 3 goals that day to lead his team to victory. Brander is the best tall in the draft, particularly with Will Sutherland choosing to pursue cricket over footy. His marking is good, and HE's clever at jumping in to intercept when in the backline. Brander was originally a member of GWS Academy before the AFL realigned its area and made him a part of the open pool. Jared Brander, playing forward, celebrates a goal for the Allies. Picture AFL photos POS Hay forward, HT 189 cm, WT 76 kg, Bob 1,511,999 from Eastern Ranges Vic Metro July ranking 7. Stevenson had one of his best games of the season, definitely his most prolific 2 weeks ago for the Eastern Ranges, when he gathered 39 disposals against Sandringham. He had 5 tackles and 5 clearances as well, and delivered a dominant midfield game that he had been building towards. Stevenson can be an electrifying player. HES quick off the mark, jumps high, is agile at ground level, he kicks goals, takes the game on and tries things that others wouldn't even consider. He's a bit unique in his shape and skill set, but he can be extremely exciting around goal. This year HES spent a lot of the season up the ground developing his game there. POS Hay forward midfielder, HT 192 cm, WT 92 kg, Dob 2,591,999 from Gleneagles, South Australia July ranking 4. Fogarty's year was ended when he had surgery at the end of July on a minor meniscus tear in his knee. It was an issue the South Australian prospect had carried for a little while, although not a big enough concern to restrict him to the low disposal numbers he has picked up in recent months. Fogarty's best form of the season came in April for the NAB AFL Academy when he showed his talents as a big, strong and bustling forward who can have bursts in the midfield. But there have only been little flashes since then, making Fogarty's draft position one of the more interesting queries for this year's pool. POS small forward midfielder, HT 178 cm, WT 76 kg, Bob 1,931,999 from Oakley Chargers Vic Metro July ranking 8. There isn't a player as consistent as Higgins in this year's draft pool. The Oakley Chargers prospect has starred at each level HES played at across the season, and has become a really complete player. The small forward midfielder can play in both areas of the ground as comfortably as the other. He's always dangerous around goal, and he can win the footy in the midfield. He had a big day against the Greater Western Victoria Rebels in the TAC Cup last month with 30 disposals, 11 clearances, 2 goals and 7 tackles. Will be ready to play AFL next year. Think Toby Green. Jack Higgins has been a star at every level he has played at. Picture AFL photos POS Ruckman key forward, HT 203 cm, WT 93 kg, Dob 961,999 from Eastern Ranges Vic Metro July ranking 10. The best ruckman in the draft, which makes it difficult in some ways to know where he might be selected given how reluctant clubs are to use early picks on ruckmen. But Hayes has been able to add a string to his bow this year by playing some decent footy as a deep forward, including a 6-goal haul earlier in the season at TAC Cup level. Hayes is the only back-to-back All-Australian in the draft, so is well-credentialed. POS midfielder, HT 183 cm, WT 73 kg, Bob 1,511,999 from Northern Knights Vic Metro July ranking 14. The likely Richmond father-son pick has had a terrific season that saw him selected in the NAB AFL Under-18 All-Australian side after the National Championships. The son of former Tiger Chris is a light-bodied midfielder who has shown a penchant for pushing forward and kicking goals. He's a long and driving kick, and has a genuine goal sense to his game that makes him a dangerous player. Will need to add some size, but his development this year has been promising and he loves to take things on. POS midfielder halfback, HT 190 cm, WT 83 kg, Dob 23,101,999 from Northern Knights Vic Metro July ranking 16. Caulfield is a player whose stocks have steadily risen across the year to the point he will be in the mix as a top 10 pick by the end of the season. He's got a bit going for him. He's tall, He's versatile and can play in the midfield or across halfback. He's quick for his size, and he generally uses the ball neatly. Caulfield is also captain of the Northern Knights, so ticks the leadership box. He had a good head-to-head battle with Jaden Stevenson at TAC Cup level several weeks ago, and can combine a defensive mindset with some attacking play when in that role. POS key defender, HT 194 cm, WT 84 kg, DOB 30,111,999 from Peel Thunder, Western Australia, July ranking 20. There is some buzz about Nocton, who is climbing the ranks as one of the best key defenders in the group. The West Australian shot to prominence with an impressive carnival for his state, but he has progressed particularly well since then with a string of excellent games at senior level in the WAFL with Peel Thunder, Fremantle's affiliate. He gathered 7 marks and 16 disposals in his debut there, and in 4 games he has averaged nearly 18 disposals and 9 marks an outing. Reads the play well and chops off forward entries with his clean hands. POS midfielder, HT 183 cm, WT 80 kg, DOB 18,111,999 from Sandringham Dragons VIC Metro, July ranking 22. To the younger brother of Melbourne midfielder, Anger was terrific on Saturday in a representative game in Victoria, when he gathered 31 disposals and kicked a goal in the midfield. Brayshaw has a good mix of traits, HES tough, light on his feet, uses the ball well, and is balanced with his run. Came back from injury to perform well for Vic Metro in the latter stages of the championships, and continues to elevate himself on draft boards. Andrew Brayshaw, brother of Angus, has shown similar toughness to his demon sibling. Picture AFL photos. POS halfback midfielder, HT 186 cm, WT 79 kg, DOB 2,631,999 from Dandenong Stingrays Vic Country, July ranking 12. Unfortunately, Clark didn't get much of a chance to play as an inside midfielder for Vic Country at the Under-18 Championships, because that's where he looks best as a draft prospect. Formerly playing as a running halfback, Clark has moved into the midfield for the Dandenong Stingrays this year and has been in good touch at TAC Cup level since the mid-year carnival, including a 34-disposal game that included 10 inside 50s and 7 clearances against the Gippsland Power. Is tough, courageous, and he will put his body on the line time after time. POS midfielder, HT 184 cm, WT 75 kg, DOB 1,891,999 from Bendigo Pioneers Vic Country, July ranking 9. The knee injury that hampered O'Brien at times through the Under-18 Championships lingered a little into July, but he returned to play at school level for Geelong Grammar, where his run and skill across half-back stood out. O'Brien likes to run with the ball and swing onto his left foot to get things going, and HES able to run all day, mixing a turn of foot with one of the best endurance paces in the draft crop. He HASNT had the type of dominant season he would have been hoping for, but his skill set is well known. POS midfielder, HT 190 cm, WT 83 kg, DOB 23,101,999 from Sandringham Dragons VIC Metro, July ranking 18, emerged as a possible early pick earlier in the year and had a very good national carnival for Vic Metro, which saw him earn All-Australian honours. Constable is a tall midfielder who can just find the ball at will. He is a good decision-maker who can feed it out to running players, or he is more than capable of using it by foot and finding a teammate. The knock on Constable is a lack of leg speed, and he doesn't have that zip away from a stoppage. But he gets the ball at much as an inside player that he is one of the best of his type. POS key forward, HT 191 cm, WT 83 kg, DOB 1,931,999 from West Perth, Western Australia, July ranking 19. The hard-working key forward claimed this year's Lark medal as the best player in Division 1 of the Championships after a consistent carnival for Western Australia. He probably isn't tall enough to be a big marking target at AFL level, but with his excellent running capacity he can move up the ground to get away from opponents, and HES also skillful, so converts most of his shots. Allen is a competitor who thinks plenty about his footy, and he recently moved up to make his senior WAFL debut for West Perth. Has been one of a handful of key position players to rise up the ranks this year. POS key forward, HT 199 cm, WT 95 kg, DOB 2,931,999 from Brisbane Lions Academy. Ali's July ranking 13. It's been a better month for Ballendon, who kicked 4 goals in a game for the Brisbane Lions NEAFL side several weeks ago. This season has been a tricky one to judge him, as Ballendon started the year as one of the contenders for the #1 pick but would be in the conversation now. He has switched between a few roles this season, including as a key defender in the ruck and as a marking forward to varying success. A member of the Lions Academy, so the club has first call on him when a bid falls. POS key defender, HT 194 cm, WT 92 kg, DOB 23,101,999 from Calder Cannons Vic Metro. July ranking 24. Bolter enjoyed one of his best games of the season in his return to TAC Cup footy after the Under-18 Championships, when he gathered 31 disposals, 10 inside 50s and 4 tackles in a roaming role that also saw him play in the ruck at times. Bolter's athleticism sets him apart. For a player of his size, he is quick off the mark and agile at ground level, and of all the roles he has played around the ground this season, it seems a spot as a key defender who can boot the ball a long way is his best go. Draft Bolter. Noah Bolter has the athleticism to make a big splash in the AFL. Picture AFL photos. POS halfback midfielder, HT 183 cm, WT 81 kg, DOB 2,151,999 from Eastern Ranges Vic Metro. July ranking 15. Garner enjoyed his best patch of form of the year in Vic Metro's Under-18 campaign, which he captained to a title win. The left-footed halfback performed well at national level, but HASNT had the most consistent season as HES swapped between teams. When HES playing well, Garner can impact games in the air by dropping back and grabbing marks, and can also set up the play from the back line with some strong kicking and decisions out of that area. POS halfback hay forward, HT 184 cm, WT 73 kg, DOB 1,241,999 from Northern Knights Vic Metro. July ranking 17. Petruccial excites like few in this draft pool can, but it's on an ad hoc basis, which makes him a harder prospect to put in place. His brilliant run and speed, he has run the 20 meters sprint in 2.82 seconds, gives him genuine X-factor and a trick few others possess. But he has had his quiet moments this year, and he needs to clean up his kicking a little. Because of his strong basketball background, Petruccial has good spring in his legs and likes to fly for marks in the air and then hit the ground running. His highlights package will be one of the best in the draft. POS midfielder, HT 179 cm, WT 75 kg, DOB 141,999 from Western Jets Vic Metro. July ranking 21. The reliable midfielder is small but gets the job done most weeks. Injury interrupted his national carnival for Vic Metro, with a groin concern restricting him in the early rounds. But he came back and played well, and continues to be a ball winner at every level he plays. Fogarty has quick hands, doesn't fumble often, and is neat by foot. He's also more than comfortable around goal, which gives him another strength away from being in the thick of the midfield action. POS forward, HT 188 cm, WT 83 kg, DOB 151,299 from Brighton Grammar Sandringham Dragons. July ranking. None. Murphy is set to overlook a promising cricket career to nominate for the NAB AFL draft this year, where he could feature as a top 20 pick. The talented hay forward has shot up the rankings with a string of exciting performances at school level for Brighton Grammar and also for the Sandringham Dragons, where in 3 games he has averaged 22 disposals. Murphy is a medium forward who has a good goal sense and is a classy user of the ball. POS midfielder, HT 175 cm, WT 66 kg, DOB 4,899 from Eastern Ranges Vic Metro. July ranking. None more could have done no more to press his draft claims this season. The small midfielder had an outstanding carnival for Vic Metro, which saw him win all Australian honours after averaging 23 disposals. Across the season, Moore has proven he can also push forward, and recently booted 6 goals for school side Caulfield Grammar. He is good overhead for his size and doesn't fumble his chances, but one of Moore's best traits is his running capacity. He's an endurance freak who can keep going and going and going. He would have enjoyed running the beep test at the NAB AFL Draft Combine had it not been taken out of this year's testing. A competitor, Dylan Moore Wright, had an outstanding carnival for Vic Metro. Picture AFL photos. POS midfielder, HT 173 cm, WT 73 kg, DOB 251,199 from Murray Bushrangers. Silly's July ranking. None. Spargo's frustrating season was ended prematurely when he underwent shoulder surgery in June. The small midfielder had suffered the problem in the opening round of the championships while playing for the Allies and was then ruled out for the rest of the season after going under the knife. Spargo is dogged and determined and makes up for his shorter stature with a fierce approach at the stoppages. He uses his body well in marking contests and can also be rested forward and be dangerous inside 50.